Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss. Yesterday we have discussed Newton's third law of motion. Alright. So today we are going to study the law of conservation of momentum. Alright. So law of conservation of momentum. Conservation of momentum. We had already discussed what is the momentum. Momentum is the characteristics of moving body. Alright. And mathematically we represent whenever the body is in motion, it will have the property of momentum. Alright. So the momentum conserves. If you go to the word, momentum remains conserved. So, the law of conservation of momentum, if we discuss, the total momentum of a system what is the meaning of system? Suppose we take the example of shot of bullet. So here it is, the system is bullet and rifle or pistol, whatever it is. So this is system. The total momentum of a system remains conserved, remains constant. If the total momentum of a system remains conserved, if no external force acts on the system. The total momentum of a system remains constant if no external force. No external force means what? Net force is equal to 0. Alright. This is the sense. The simple, we will discuss it mathematically, we will prove it mathematically. So here the total momentum of a system, we will see, remains conserved if no external force acts on a system. Alright, let us prove it. There is a body M1 whose initial velocity is u1, alright, and another body is M2, it is u2. Alright, they have already something velocity u1 and u2. And if u1 is greater than u2, definitely a time will come, then they will collide because they are going in the same straight line. This body will collide. Suppose this body is A and this is body A, B. Sorry. This is A, this is M1, this is M2. Alright. So suppose A is exerting the force, something force, B will also apply the force. Correct? If it is suppose F1, it will be F2, and Newton's third law of motion, what we have discussed, F1 is equal to minus F2. Alright. So this is the thing. After collision, they will acquire some velocity. Here it is M1. It acquires the velocity V1, and M2 is V2. It is before collision. It is during collision. And it is after collisions. Alright. So this is the situation. The system is what? M1 and M2. So we have to prove what? The total momentum of the system remains constant. To prove what is the momentum of this system? M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to of that one. M1 V1 plus M2 V2. See, they are the same, equal. So this is the thing that we have to prove. So this is proof to prove M1 U1 plus M2 U2. And so let us prove it. See, its initial momentum is what? Its initial momentum of is what? M1 U1, and it becomes what? After t time, it acquires the velocity v1. See here, this, and final momentum of body B is equal to M1 V1. So change in momentum, what? M1 V1 minus M1 V1. And if we discuss about rate of change of momentum, what? This t is a very short time. अगर ये 11th होता मैं यहाँ dt लिखता. Anyway, this is t. So rate of change in momentum. So it is applying some force. Suppose it is F1. See here at the figure. So by applying Newton's second law of motion, what can we write? What is the second law of motion? The rate of change in momentum. What is the second law of motion? The rate of change in momentum is directly proportional to the force applied and takes place in the direction of the force. So, here is the rate of change in momentum is what? By applying Newton's second law of motion, F1 is equal to m1 v1 m1 e1 by t. Let us see here for body B. For body A. See here. This is 1. Alright, you can write here by applying the Newton's second law of motion. F1 is equal to for body B. Initial momentum is equal to m1 m2 m2 u2. It is final momentum m2 v2. Change in momentum m2 v2 minus m2 u2. Right? And if we write same thing, if it is t, here it is also for t. So rate of change in momentum. All these things are for body B. So these are the equations, and by applying Newton's second law of motion, you can write here, see the figure, minus F2 is equal to M2 V2 where it is M2 V2 minus M2 U2 by T. Alright, so this is the thing. Now Newton's second law, third law, to every action there is equal and opposite force. So here it is, if I write F2 like this, F2, if you change here it is minus, alright, then F2 will be F2 is equal to minus M2 V2 plus m2 u2 by t. So now from first and second, by applying Newton's third law. Alright. So by applying Newton's third law, from equation 1 and 2, you can write m1 v1 minus m1 u1 by t is equal to minus m2 v2 plus m2 u2 by t. Correct? These t is cancelled. m1 minus v1 minus m1 u1 is equal to minus m2 v2 m1 v1 m2 v2 so this is the thing. See here m1 e1 plus m2 u2, this is, and here it is m1 v1 plus m2 v2. That means momentum before collision is equal to momentum after collision. So here it is. We can write here momentum before collision is equal to momentum after collision. So here it is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 so this is the law of conservation of momentum is proved. Once again I am going to repeat it. The total momentum of a system remains conserved. What is the system here? m1 and m2. It has the velocity u1 and u2. The total momentum of a system. Total momentum means what? Before collision and after collision. The momentum should remain same, that is constant. That we have to prove. It has a u1 velocity, m1, we don't apply any external force here. m1, it has already velocity u1, it has a u2, because of its speed is greater than u2. Suppose during time t, the m1 collides with m2. By Newton's third law of motion, m1 will exert a force. By the same magnitude of the force m2 will apply on m1, because Newton's third law of motion, to every action there is equal and opposite reactions. F1 is equal to F2. If you give the symbol minus F2. Here it is after collision, it acquires the velocity v1 and v2. So its initial momentum is m1 u1, m2 u2. Here it is and we have to prove these systems. So initial momentum was for the body A, M1E1, it has a M1V1. What is the change? Change means final minus initial. M1V1 minus M1E1. When the body is moving with certain velocity, it takes time to change its velocity. So during time t, the body M1 acquires the velocity V1. So M1 V1 minus M1 U1. This is a change in momentum. Rate of change in momentum M1 V1 minus M1 1 by T, because by Newton's second law of motion was what? Rate of change in momentum. Rate of change in momentum is directly proportional to the force applied. So this is not the external force, this is collisions, therefore they are exerting force. We are not applying the external force. See carefully, we are not applying any external force. This is the force during the system, during the motions. We are not applying any external force. So F1 is equal to that much, M1 V1 minus M1 N by T. Next here it is M2, its velocity is V2. So changing momentum M2 V2 minus M2 U2. Rate of change in momentum M2 V2 minus M2 U2 by T. By Newton's third law of motion, F1 is equal to F2, and all these things done, and these proofs. So we come to this conclusion that if a body is in motion, by this law of conservation of momentum, we can say in the definition of the momentum that momentum is the characteristics of moving body, and it remains same, it remains conserved during the motions. This may be also the definitions of the momentum. Okay, these things we have to let us see. There is a popular question in every book. You will see that this question is there, and this is a very applicable, definite applicable example. The recoil of the recoil of gun. इसको मैं हिंदी में recoiling of gun का मतलब है when you shot the fire, the gun moves backward. Moving backward of the gun is called recoiling. बहुत से बच्चों को समझ में नहीं आता है recoil का मतलब क्या होता है, coil को फिर से घुमाओ. This is wrong, not recoiling that one. Backward movement of the gun during the shot of bullet, that is called recoiling. Now let us apply the law of conservation of momentum. Alright, law of conservation. First see the system. What is system here? System is in the recoiling of gun. System is here bullet plus gun. Like that. We will apply the same thing. See, how do we apply that law of conservation of momentum? The total momentum of a system remains conserved. What was the momentum of system before? Listen the question, listen the answer carefully. what was the momentum of this system, that is bullet and gun before firing? It was 0. Nothing, because the body is not in motion. So what is the velocity? 0. It's true that there is a mass, but I am not talking about the existence of mass. We are talking about the momentum. Momentum, how much momentum is there before the firing of the gun, the firing of the bullet? It was 0. Alright. And we have to prove the total momentum of a system remains conserved if we don't apply it. So this bullet, suppose karo, this bullet has mass of bullet is, suppose it is m1, and velocity, when we shot the fire, the bullet goes forward, and velocity of bullet is how much? v1. Alright, and see the gun, its momentum is what? m1 v1. Alright, so mass of gun is what? Mass of gun is m, and velocity of, that is recoiling of gun is equal to velocity, that is v, meter per second. So what is the momentum of a system? m1 v1 plus mv is equal to how much? What was 0? So to make it a 0, the gun moves backward, that is in opposite direction, minus, plus, then after 0. That's why here it is required. See, I am going to mathematically prove. mv is equal to minus m1 v1, and v is equal to what? Minus m1 v1 by m. This negative sign, alright, this negative sign shows the opposite of this velocity. See here, this v is velocity of what? Recoiling of gun. This is the velocity of recoiling of gun, backward movement. So this is the negative for what? This v is negative for this v1. So this is called recoiling. So that's why the gun moves backward. इसमें में आया y equal to 0. The total momentum of the system remains conserved. What was the momentum before a system? Before firing? 0. And after that, when the shot is fired, both are equated according to the law of conservation of momentum. So to make it 0, it was back. That was the gun requires this negative sign. Thank you.